Tracee Ellis Ross played one of the last decade's quintessential TV matriarchs, Blackish's Dr. Rainbow Johnson. But her real-life mom is one of the most famous stars of all time. Here's a look at Tracee Ellis Ross's relationship with her mom, Diana Ross. Tracee Ellis Ross was born in 1972 to Diana Ross and her first husband, music executive Robert Ellis Silverstein. Tracee grew up in a period where her mother was busy establishing her solo recording career, venturing into the film world for the first time, and breaking new ground as an African-American woman. Therefore, you might expect that Diana Ross was one of those celebs who left most of the child-raising to the nannies. But Tracee says that's not the case. In a 2017 interview with Good Housekeeping, Tracee revealed just how hard her mother worked to ensure that she didn't miss out on her kids growing up. "My mom has an amazing work ethic. To her, on time is 10 minutes early. I've never heard her complain. She was busy going to the supermarket, waking us up for school, sitting with us during dinner, recording while we were sleeping, never leaving for longer than a week so she wouldn't be away from us." Tracee said that her mother always made time for her children. Whether she was about to go on stage or busy having a meeting, she never responded with, "Not now, I don't have time." From figure-hugging bodysuits to fur-trimmed coats, Diana Ross never looks anything less than fabulous whenever she hits the red carpet. So, you perhaps can't blame her kids for wanting to make the most of their famous mom's stylish wardrobe from the moment they were old enough to play dress-up. Her second oldest child, Tracee Ellis Ross, was particularly keen on borrowing clothes from her mother, although she freely admits she often did it without her permission.
Steal. Borrow. Borrow, steal.
Speaking to W Magazine in 2017, the Blackish star said, "It sort of was more like stealing. I'm not going to lie. She would leave the house and I went in her room and looked out the window and saw her car go down the driveway, and I marched myself right into her bathroom and started taking clothes. What I like to do is put them in my closet and live with them as if they were mine." Tracee also recalled how she was very nearly busted one time when Diana returned home unexpectedly to pick up a forgotten item. But the quick-thinking youngster managed to convince her mother that she was only in her closet as she wanted to help reorganize it. Tracee Ellis Ross may well now be a super glamorous star in her own right, but that hasn't stopped her from keeping up the habit of borrowing from her mother's wardrobe. During her chat with W, the actress said, "I go to my mom's house. My mom has the most extraordinary taste, top to bottom, whether it's the dishes or the clothes, from t-shirts to gowns, to hats to coats." Even when she's not rummaging around Diana Ross's own personal collection, Tracee still likes to get her famous mother's opinion on all style matters, including hair. Tracee told W, "I have a really good mommy. She told me I should never cut my hair, and I haven't cut my hair since."
First thing I do is take care of my hair.
All 5 of Diana Ross's biological kids followed her into the showbiz world. Her firstborn, daughter Rhonda Ross Kendrick, enjoyed a stint on Another World and has also forged a career as a jazz soul singer. Third daughter Chedney Ross has worked as a producer and production manager. Son Ross Nayes works as an actor-producer. And her youngest, son Evan Ross, is an actor and musician who was a regular of the CW's 90210 reboot. But Tracee told W that her mother never pushed any of them to follow in her footsteps. She really gave us space and the courage to live the lives that we want to be living, and to have time to dream and conjure up the life that I wanted to be living. I could really curate or design the world I wanted to be living in. Some showbiz kids can understandably crumble under the pressure of living up to their famous folks, particularly if they enter the same industry. But not Tracee Ellis Ross. After becoming only the 5th woman of color to receive an Emmy nod in the Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series category in 2016, the star was asked by People magazine whether the honor proved once and for all that she'd truly distanced herself from her celeb mom, Diana Ross. The actress, who had been nominated for playing Dr. Rainbow Johnson on Blackish, replied, "I've never felt like I was in my mother's shadow. If anything, I felt like I was in her embrace. So it's never been an effort to do that." Tracee has since been nominated in the same category several more times, although she's sadly not yet been given the chance to make an acceptance speech. Ahead of the 2020 Emmy Awards, for which she received her 4th nomination, Tracee told Variety that she still gets excited about the honor. "Are you kidding me? I will tell you, though, that it was not on my radar at all. I literally did not even know it was happening that morning. So when I turned on my phone, I was like, what is going on?" Tracee Ellis Ross was understandably ecstatic when she learned that she'd been nominated for the Emmy Awards for the very first time in her career in 2016. But after dancing and running around her dining room, the actress knew exactly who she wanted to share the news with first. The Blackish star told People, "I opened my front door and I don't know where I thought I was trying to go. So I closed the door and I called my mom. She was really cute and we screamed for a little bit." The actress certainly had plenty to celebrate on the day. In addition to her own Outstanding Lead Actress nomination, Tracee was thrilled with the fact that Blackish had been featured in the Outstanding Comedy Series category, saying, "It's the sweetest thing in the world that we all get to celebrate in this together." Diana Ross was also one of the first people that Tracee contacted when she found out she'd been nominated for a Golden Globe that same year. The actress told ET, "My dad was really excited. I got him on the phone. I got my mom on the phone. My whole family is very excited." My mom in the text said, "I want this for you. I want this for you." It worked. Tracee went on to win the Golden Globe. Diana Ross might not be a pushy stage mom, but that doesn't stop her from telling the world about how proud she is of her children's achievements. Indeed, as reported by ET in 2016, the ex-Supreme went to great lengths to share her joy at the news that daughter Tracee Ellis Ross had been nominated for one of the most prestigious awards in the TV industry. Not content with just a simple congratulations card or celebratory message on social media, Diana went the extra mile by taking out an advertisement, and a full-page one at that, in The Hollywood Reporter. Alongside a picture of her second-born smiling while clasping her face, the ad featured the caption, "Congratulations to my daughter Tracee Ellis Ross on her nomination for lead actress in a comedy series for her work on Blackish. So proud of you. Love, Mom and the Ross family." Sadly, Diana's efforts didn't result in victory. That year, Tracee lost out to Veep's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Tracee Ellis Ross appears to be just as supportive of her mom's career. While hosting the American Music Awards in 2017, the Blackish star and the rest of her family proudly watched from the sidelines as Diana Ross performed a medley of her biggest hits, including "I'm Coming Out" and "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." The Motown legend then invited all of her nearest and dearest in attendance to join her on the stage as she accepted the Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is an extra special evening because my mom is receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Of course, Diana had served as host of the same ceremony way back in the mid-1980s, a fact that Tracee was keen to share in her opening monologue. Indeed, she told the audience, "We're making history. We are the first mother and daughter who have ever hosted the American Music Awards. I mean, she did it twice, but there's always next year." Tracee did actually go on to host the following year, too. Tracee also paid tribute to her famous mom in her own unique way in 2015. In a fun-loving homage, the actress donned a number of one-piece swimsuits, lifted some weights, and showed off a few moves while recreating the exercise-themed video for Diana's 1981 single, "Work That Body," on Instagram. Fun! Considering her mother is one of the world's most popular female vocalists, you can understand why Tracee Ellis Ross may have been a little nervous showcasing her own vocal range. The actress even told the Daily Mail in June 2020 that, as a child, she'd been so afraid and shy to follow in her mother's footsteps that she pleaded with her Swiss boarding school headmistress for permission to sit out a school production. Tracee admitted, "I said I thought it was unfair I was being asked to sing." Thankfully for the star, her first trip to the recording studio ended up making Diana Ross cry, and for all the right reasons, too. During an interview at the Dallas stop of Oprah Winfrey's 2020 Vision, Your Life in Focus tour, the actress recalled the time when her mom first heard her sing in the 2020 movie, The High Note. Tracee said, "She pushed my arm, and then she turned to me, and her face was covered in tears. And she said, 'Finally.'" Tracee described the moment as one of the most beautiful in her life, telling Winfrey that she'd also learned a valuable life lesson through the nerve-wracking playback. "I had to realize that it's not the sound of my voice. It's the honesty of my voice that is the key. I'm not supposed to sound like my mom." Tracee Ellis Ross seems to like nothing more than spending her downtime recreating throwback snaps of her superstar mom. Take a look at her Instagram page, and you'll see numerous shots of the Blackish star looking uncannily like Diana Ross back in the day. She told guest host Sean Hayes on Jimmy Kimmel Live, quote, "I kind of love doing it, but it's not just at home where Tracee will pay homage to her mother's fabulous dress sense. It seems as though pretty much any time the Golden Globe winner graces the red carpet, she's throwing a nod to one of Ross's classic looks. At the 2021 Emmys, for example, Tracee donned a dazzling red Valentino gown, complete with the kind of voluminous black curls her mom sported during her 70s disco phase. And at the most ridiculous event on the showbiz calendar, the Met Gala, that same year the actress took inspiration from one of Diana's best-loved film roles, fashion designer Tracy Chambers, in 1975's Mahogany, with a royal blue maxi dress and short, angular bob. These two are so adorable together. We can't wait to see what they do next. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.